Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of UA Eats. I'm UA, and I am in a really fancy lobby here. Let me show you. It was bustling earlier, a little bit more slowed down now, but this is a really fancy lobby with a lot of really important people going up into those elevators over there, it looks like. But I'm not heading up into a corporate meeting. I'll show you where I'm going real quick. Because to the far end of this lobby is actually my destination here. Behind these doors is the famous STK Steakhouse. I just stepped outside really briefly because, you know, even though I'm not really doing anything wrong filming in there, but I didn't want like the security guards to get suspicious while I finished my intro. But basically, STK Steakhouse is a chain that has a lot of locations now. Well, at least in a lot of like luxurious cities, like in Vegas and in LA and in New York alone has like 3 locations, and it must be popular with a certain clientele if their location is tucked away there in this office building where they can easily entertain important clients. Or actually, wait, I just realized they have a bigger entrance here. I don't know if I can enter this way, but I actually didn't see this originally. Google Maps actually directed me inside the lobby. But anyways, STK is immensely popular, or at least with a certain crowd. Like it's known for combining like a high-end steakhouse vibe with like a club, like almost like a nightclub kind of vibe is my understanding. And it's very popular with many celebrities. Like a lot of celebrities have been seen there. A lot of influencers like to be seen there. It's really a Instagrammable place. However, when it comes to me, for me, what I care most about by far is the food. I mean, atmosphere is great and all, but for me, food is what matters by far the most when it comes to a restaurant, and vibe is kind of just extra. The place is immensely popular. Like, I mean, if you look at their flagship in New York, I'm talking like over 30,000 reviews, and the score is incredibly high. So high that I'm almost kind of suspicious about how many of those reviews are real, you know? But yeah, I mean, this place has hyped up STK in many cities. Like it's a place that a lot of people like to be seen at, but is it a place that people actually like to dine at? Let's find out. All right, let's check this place out. Not sure what's up with these tennis balls. Oh, I guess it's a US Open promotion, I guess. Cool fireplace, even though it's way too warm for a fireplace right now.
Yeah, would you like to join us at the bar, or would you like a table?
I'll do a table if you can. Okay guys, so we are now inside of STK Steakhouse, and I can see why this is a really trendy place, because it's really beautiful on the inside. It's a really cool atmosphere, very modern, very trendy. You know, they got like these flowers everywhere. The top of it kind of almost reminds me of the Oculus Center in the financial district. That if you've ever been to that train station, and it's really cool. Like it's a really cool vibe, but it's also not too. I don't know. People said it was very like nightclub-like, but it's not too hectic. Like maybe it's just because it's lunchtime, but right now the music is not like blaring loud. I felt like it might be one of those places, but maybe it's just because it's lunchtime. Maybe at dinner time it's different, but it's a cool vibe here. It kind of almost gives me like a Salt Bay vibe, like the decor. And I don't mean that in a bad way either. So let's take a look at the menu. So bear with me guys if the lighting is a little bit hit or miss here. I tried to ask for some of these more well-lit tables, but they gave me this one. The lighting might not be the best, but we'll do our best with what we got. They said they had like reservations and stuff. Did they have reservations, or did they have reservations about me being allowed to sit there? Okay, sorry, that wasn't funny. Anyways, so these are some of their cocktails. They're each 23 bucks, so interesting that they're all the same price. Yeah, what's this one? Award-winning spiced watermelon. So yeah, I guess that must be a good cocktail. I don't drink too much though, so I'm just gonna pan through this in case you want to take a look at it. Well, actually, a really extensive cocktail list, and actually otherwise the menu is not really too big. Yeah, otherwise it's at the back it's mostly more drinks, it looks like. Yeah, and then yeah, their food is actually not a lot. Maybe for dinner they have more items, but yeah, that's their salads. They got Caesar salad there if you want to take a look. 27 bucks for a salad is a little expensive. Hopefully it's big and shareable. Blue iceberg, I'm guessing that's iceberg wedge. Tuna tartare, cheesesteak egg roll sounds pretty good too. Yeah, some interesting stuff there. And then they got some sandwiches, or no, entrees. So this is the STK sandwich, 24 bucks for a steak sandwich. Kind of like a cheesesteak because it's shaved ribeye. And then this is steak frites if you just want steak frites. So steak and fries for 34 bucks, it's not a bad price. Chicken breasts and braised short rib quesadilla. And they even got a Wagyu burger, it looks like. So am I looking at that right? $9.99? This burger is only $10? Is this right? And then they got like a prefix lunch here, power lunch. I guess it's for you know, people who work in that building there or nearby. And this doesn't look like the worst deal. You know, you get like a salad, it looks like, or an appetizer, and one of the entrees, but no steaks, except for steak frites. But I think we're gonna get one of the steaks, and then I'm also gonna show you the sides real quick. Interesting looking sides. They even got tater tots, but they have a whole section for mac and cheese, so I think I'm gonna get mac and cheese because that looks pretty good. And then this is their steak section here. The prices are not too bad. 61 bucks for a filet. Skirt steak, 54 bucks. Skirt steak is one of the less elite cuts, so it's a little expensive for skirt steak, I think. Ribeye filet, New York strip. And then their dry aged stuff gets really expensive. Oh my goodness. A dry aged Delmonico, that's a boneless ribeye for 117 bucks. Cowgirl bone-in ribeye, I'm guessing that's just a cowboy, basically a bone-on ribeye, more or less. 103 bucks. And the dry aged bone-in strip, 97 bucks. So once you add dry aged, it gets really expensive. So it's kind of lame because that means these are probably not dry aged, I'm guessing. If you pay like 70 or more bucks for like a steak, then for it not to be dry aged, that's a bit of a disappointment. And if they're adding on dry aging, jacking up the price so much for that, then that means that their wet aged stuff better be really good to justify that price. And they got Australian flat iron steak, Japanese A5 Wagyu, $44 per ounce. So just a few ounces will cost you like well over like 120, 140 bucks, depending on how much. I ate at a place though in New York that's all you can eat A5 Japanese Wagyu. I highly recommend you check it out. Check out that video, it's called Hewn. And then some other toppings if you want to add anything, it looks like. So yeah, and then they got a dessert section. So yeah, you know what? I think we're gonna do this. I think we're definitely gonna get one of the mac and cheeses because they have a whole section for it. And I can't decide which steak I want. I think the dry aged one looks a little expensive. That's a little ridiculously priced, and it's small too, just 14 ounces. So not quite reasonably priced. So we'll get a New York strip, and for 73 bucks, that's still overpriced because it's only 14 ounces and it's wet aged. So let's order. Okay, let me do a New York strip.
Okay, how would you like that cooked?
Medium rare.
Would you like to enhance your steak by adding a peppercorn crust and a butter? Have truffle butter, garlic butter, and lobster butter.
Peppercorn crust, you said?
Yes.
Oh, does it not come with the crust on its own normally? Oh, how does it come usually?
It's just, so these are enhancements that the company offers.
Okay.
So it's like kind of something we do. So if you want the full experience, I always recommend it, but it doesn't come with any crust or butter.
Oh, is it like grilled then? It's not like seared, or I don't quite understand.
Yeah, it's seared, but there's no crust though. A peppercorn crust is like an additional enhancement along with the butters.
Okay. How much would it be for the peppercorn crust?
$7.
$7? I'll just do it as is.
You'll do the peppercorn or no?
No, I'll just do it as is. I'll do a traditional mac and cheese.
Okay.
And yeah, and then I'll try one of the desserts later.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Any allergies?
Shellfish.
Would you like anything else to drink besides the water?
Just water's good. Is that a Wagyu burger? Is that just $10?
Yes.
Oh. Can I get one of those?
Of course. How would you like it cooked?
Medium.
Would you like to add any grilled onions, avocado, bacon, or egg?
I'll just get it as is.
As is, perfect.
Awesome, thank you.
You're welcome.
The STK sauce contains anchovies.
That's okay. That's okay. Thank you. Wow, guys, this is a really, really small steak. I mean, I know they said it was only 14 ounces. I don't think this is even 14 ounces, to be honest. This looks really, really small. This is almost, I don't know, this is almost barely bigger than just a big filet mignon. Cut this in half, and this would be like a filet mignon sized, or even smaller than a filet mignon. At least the mac and cheese looks really big and delicious, but this steak is tiny, and it's weird that you have to pay extra for a crust. Like, you have to pay extra if you want a sear on it. Like in this case, you don't pay extra, you don't upgrade, you don't get the sear. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. That's really, really weird. I've never heard of such a thing before in my whole life. All right, let's let's try some of the mac and cheese first, since I know if I eat it later, you guys will complain that I didn't eat it while it was fresh, and that's why I didn't like it. So just to nip that in the bud, let's just eat this mac and cheese first, because this does look divine. I mean, I think it was 20 bucks. 20 bucks for mac and cheese is expensive, but at least this one is looking like a pretty good one. So, oh my goodness, look at this. So, all right, let's just try a bite of this, maybe with some of the, with some of the creaminess and some of the crust as well. I cleaned the plate of the little dollop I put on my little plate here. Pretty good. I think it's not as good as I was expecting, but it's still really, really good. Let me show you. Indeed, the noodles taste great. Like, I like that they used this this shell pasta, I think that's what it is. Oh no, it's just big pieces of macaroni. Kind of look like shells at first, but they taste pretty good. Like, it's not too mushy. Like, I like that the macaroni is almost a little bit al dente. Like, the texture is great. The texture makes it really satisfying to eat, and the cheese tastes great, but to be honest, I wish there was more of it. Like, it's actually not as cheesy as it looks. Like, when I picked it up, there was like a cheese stretch, you know? There was like a bit of a cheese stretch, but not as much as maybe I would have expected. So they're more lightly coated in cheese, and you know, because it's hot, so it's stretched more, but really, it's really not that cheesy, to be honest. So maybe this is one of the more healthy mac and cheeses I've had. You know, I like it, you know. I don't know if I would pay 20 bucks for this again, maybe more like 15, but if they could just make it a little bit cheesier, it would be perfect. But, you know, even as is, less cheese, it's still pretty good, and I like the way they served it too in the cast iron, keeping it piping warm. Delicious. So, and now, time for the huge steak. That was a joke. Seriously, look at how small this steak is. Like, I'll hold them side to side at a fair angle. The steak is like smaller than the mac and cheese. What the heck? That's really, really lame for a steakhouse. So, anyways, let's cut into this. Check the doneness. Yeah, I don't know what you guys think. I don't know if that's quite a medium rare. I asked for a medium rare. That's more like medium, I would say. Maybe even more closer to medium well in some points. But yeah, looking a little bit overcooked. Is it a lighting thing? Let me try moving it around. No, I think it's just overcooked. So yeah, it is what it is. So slice off a smaller piece of this. Yep, closer to the middle. Still not quite looking medium rare to me. And let's check the, oh, just look at that awful sear. Oh my goodness. That is completely gray and bland. That is nasty. That is a crime against humanity. Oh my goodness. That's like it's like a Sunday roast or something, not like oh my goodness. I think my school cafeteria burgers had better sear than that. It's so ridiculous here that you have to pay for a sear, for a peppercorn sear. Oh my goodness. What a ripoff. All right. You know, it actually tastes pretty decent. Like, I would say that the it's pretty juicy. The flavor of the beef is pretty good too. Like, it's got a good beefy flavor, well seasoned too. So actually the steak in terms of flavor is pretty good. You know, even if it's lacking a sear. So let's break it down. I mean, without the sear, especially on the bottom, I mean, even if you don't have a sear on both sides, I've never seen it just completely be so bland on the bottom like that. Oh my goodness, that's almost traumatizing to watch. But yeah, without like a hard sear on one side, it lacks that crispy texture, like that textural contrast. But at least they did grill it a bit on the top and, you know, amplified and caramelized the flavor a little bit. Like I said, it's well seasoned, as you can tell. So yeah, studded with spices. The seasoning's pretty good, and I mean, look at all the juice that came out of it when I cut it. So it's a juicy steak, I will say that. Like, it's not lacking in any juiciness. So the flavor of the steak is actually pretty good. But for such a small steak, it's ridiculous that this was like more than 70 bucks. Really, I really would not pay more than like 50 bucks for this at most. Maybe like, or maybe even like more than 40 bucks. Like, this was really way too small. And the fact that like you have to pay extra for a sear is just completely ridiculous. And yeah, I mean, I don't know, guys. Seeing things today, that I've never seen in any steakhouse, never knew was even a thing. So, I don't know, guys. Hopefully the Wagyu burger will redeem this. The sauce does help. It's a nice steak sauce, like a better A1, sort of. All right. And the last item has arrived, the $10 Wagyu burger, and this is an absolute steal. I mean, I might come back here just for this in the future because it's just, wow, it's a crazy, crazy deal. Yeah, so it's not the biggest burger. I was expecting it to be relatively small, but honestly, this is not bad. I mean, especially for a Wagyu burger. Now I know like Wagyu isn't always as expensive as you think, like American and Australian Wagyu can be much more affordable, but still, I mean, it's still more expensive than regular meat, and honestly, all this food for $10? Oh my goodness, I mean, I'm glad I ordered this. I feel like this is gonna this might even redeem the whole review. Like, for a second here, I'm like, wow, completely unreasonable price for what I got. But now I'm like, I'm getting all this for just 10 bucks? I mean, this is even beating McDonald's, oh my goodness. So, first to fry. Okay, I mean, the fries are good, but nothing too special. They're very crunchy, very oily, but not oily in a bad way. The fries are not bad. Not spectacular, but not bad. Subtly smell some of the Wagyu fat in it if you hold it up and smell it. And you know, not bad. Not great, but not bad. And for 10 bucks, you know, my expectations were really low, so I couldn't really expect too much. The burger is quite dry, unfortunately, and unfortunately, most of the Wagyu fat has been cooked straight out of it. But that being said, though, it's still Wagyu, so like any remnant of fat still tastes pretty good. Like I love that Wagyu fat flavor that only Wagyu fat has, like a deeper savoriness, dare I say umami-ness, than standard beef. Now it's faint and not very strong, but at the end of the day, though, you know, this came with fries, some pretty solid fries, I would say. Came with a ton of fixings, a nice, seeded bun. So yeah, honestly, guys, for 10 bucks, I mean, this was an incredible deal. And wow, guys, I might come here in the future just to eat this. I mean, why do I even need to eat at McDonald's or Wendy's anymore if I can just, come to STK and eat this? I mean, will they let me take this to go? Wow. Like, for all its shortcomings, it was only $10. So, anyways, we're gonna share final thoughts outside after I eat a little bit more. All right, guys, so we just finished eating at STK, and I was ready for the review to go this way. I kind of changed my mind a little bit at the end slightly. I think the steak absolutely was not worth it. I thought it was expensive for what you got. Like, I don't even know if that was 14 ounces. It was just really small, and it was just ridiculous that to get like a peppercorn crust, to get a sear on it, you have to pay extra. I've never heard of such a thing in my life. Like, would you get a burger and then it just shows up with just a patty and you're like, where's the bun? They're like, oh, the bun costs extra. Like, what? Like, I've never heard of such a thing ever, like, I don't know, like, here's your grilled cheese sandwich. Oh, thank you. Wait, where's the grilled like butter on the outside? Oh, the butter costs extra. Kind of ridiculous. And yeah, I mean, so the steak was just nothing but a ripoff. I'm just gonna say that. For the price and what you got, complete ripoff. But the mac and cheese was solid, and the burger was only 10 bucks. I mean, it was pretty average, I thought, as far as burgers come. And you couldn't really taste the Wagyu that strongly. It was faint, but not very strong. But I mean, 10 bucks for a burger with fries, like a freshly made burger. I mean, sign me up. I mean, that's competing with like McDonald's prices. So anyways, guys, STK, a mixed bag, and I definitely see what people like about it too in terms of the atmosphere. Like, the atmosphere is very, very modern, very trendy, and definitely a nice atmosphere, a nice, fun, comfortable place to hang out. And I could see this place being really pumping at nighttime. So, but anyways, guys, we are gonna head home now with our leftovers, and we're gonna head back home to New Jersey now. So have you guys eaten at STK before? Any location in any city? that you've been to that has it, let me know in the comments because great minds eat alike. And as always, if you like my vids, like and subscribe. That way you stay up to date whenever I post another video. So until next time, I'll see you later.